Morning, welcome back to the channel. In this video today we're going to be painting the side of this Jaguar XF. I'll take you in there and go through it in a moment, but we're going to be painting it with our Wave 2 spectral waterborne system, and we're going to be clear coating it with our spectral 52500 clear coat. So we're going to take you through this whole process this morning and just take you through the application of it. So what I'm going to do is go in the booth, just tell you about this car. So there's Duncan. So anyway, so we're giving it a panel wipe off at the moment. This car had some accident damage, got 2 new doors on it, so we've painted all the backs of the doors, hung them on the car, just got them all gapped up nice, and now you can see it's all prepped up. We're going to blend the colour to the 2 end panels and clear right over the cant rail. So Duncan's just going through. I think this is some panel wipe.
Yep,
solvent panel wipe. So we'll get that all cleaned down, and then we will actually finish off with the waterborne degreaser, anti-stat, and then, like I say, William and Duncan's going to take you through the application of it. So that's where we are with that. Just like to mention, guys, it'd be great if you could subscribe to the channel. You know, it really helps us out moving forward. I know I keep saying it, but there's a lot of people watching that don't subscribe, so that would really help us out a great deal. So after we've done this little video, I'm going to walk you around the workshop and show you some of the progress we've had so far. The Escort Cosworth, the Lotus Cortina, we've got another car turning up this morning, so we can show that as well. So I'm going to hand you now over to William and Duncan, and they're going to take you right through the process, application, gun setup of painting the side of this XF.
Right guys, so Duncan's about to start mixing the base coat. As you can see, Gavin showed you that the Jags are in the booth ready to paint. So we're going to take you through the process of mixing the base coat. Once that's done, we'll show you the spray gun we're going to be using, a little bit about the booth setup, but for now I'll show you the base coat. As you can see, this colour's got 9 tinters. How much are we mixing, Duncan?
we are mixing up half a litre, so that will be sufficient to be able to colour and do our drop coat and blend into the adjacent panels.
I hold on to this storm cause I need to be swept away, swept away. I'm cornered in the
Right guys, so
cold
once
where
this
you
colour's
left
mixed up,
me.
we'll get back to you. We'll talk to you a little bit through the gun setup for the base coat and what temperature we're running the spray booth at, so we'll be back with you in a second. Right guys, so Duncan's now finished mixing the base coat. As you can see, all 9 tinters are in there. So we're going to get this stirred up, and then Duncan's going to show the spray gun setup we're going to be using. And then once that's done, we can get in the booth and get some paint on it.
Right then, what we actually do prefer is the Iwata W400. We use 1.3 fluid tip, and this is just the standard WX air cap. So obviously there's many guns obviously that can still do the job, but this is what we just generally prefer. Lays out lovely, works really well with the Noble. So as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right guys, so me and Duncan are now suited up, ready to go in the booth. As you can see, we're in our overalls. We are going to be running the spray booth at about 24 degrees, so that's about the right temperature for this waterborne base coat. Really just helps it dry. We get a lot of airflow through the booth, and once again helps it dry and works nice and quickly. So we're going to go in the booth now and show you the process of getting it painted. Right guys, so this coat that you see Duncan putting down now is what we call a check coat. and this is just designed for us to be able to see if there's going to be any issues on the panel. Then we haven't got a full first wet coat on, and we've just got this light dusty check coat, and we can deal with any problems without wasting a load of product. So within a matter of seconds, once the first check coat's been put on, we're ready to put the first full wet coat on. Just before we put our second layer of base coat on, we like to give it an anti-stat and a tack rag off, just to make sure any dust that's fallen onto the panel is clear and you can get a nice clean job. A lot of people in the comments have asked about the anti-stat gun, so I just want to explain a little bit about it. It's designed to blow negative ions onto positive ions which lay on the panel, and just neutralise it out and create less static, and therefore giving you a cleaner job. To be honest, this has just become part of our process now, and would highly recommend getting one if you haven't got one already. Right guys, so as you can now see, fully covered. This was 2 full wet coats. It just lays really nice and flat. as you can see, gone in lovely. Right guys, so I just really quickly want to talk about the importance of the drop coats and how vital they are to get correct, to get the colour perfect. So here Duncan's using the iWater W400 with a WBX 1.3 air cap setup in it. We run this at 70% material, which is 1 3/4 turns out from all the way in, and 1.5 bar of air pressure. There is actually an online gun chart for setups for drop coats, which if I can find I'll put on the screen now, and you can just look at this and see what your gun setup has to be for the drop coats.
Mixing up our lacquer now. We're going to be using the Spectral 52500. Reason why we're using 525 is it's actually got a longer open polishing window, so once it's painted and obviously cured, it's a lot easier to polish up.
Right guys, so Duncan's going to now get this mixed up, we'll get his air fed on and we'll see you in the booth ready to make it shiny.
So, me personally, as well as Gavin Pink here as well, we love the WS400. We both have slightly different variations of setting it up, but I always go with 2 1/4 turns out on the fan, 2 bar and 3 turns on the volume. So we're going to put one nice coat on, give it 5 to 10 minute flash off, and then we'll put our second coat on and then bake it.
I hold on to this storm 'cause I need to be swept away, swept away. I'm cornered in the cold where you left me. Left again, left again. Oh, there's a jungle in my head growing wilder, and it's killing me, killing me. I cannot let you go, I cannot let you go, I cannot let you go, I cannot let you go. please, call me please. I folded every thought like a razor, carving deep memories. Oh, am I standing at the wrong intersection? Come back to me, back to me. How could I let you go? How could I let you go? How could I let you go? How could I let you go?
So it's the next afternoon. We've got the Jag all polished and put back together. There it is. Show you down that. So this is our 52500. We've just flicked over it with a bit of 2000, took a few nibs out of it and give it a light polish. So that's all back together now. We need to just get it outside, give it a wash, get the little traces of compound off, and that's ready to go tomorrow morning. Yeah, happy with that. It's come out really nice. So just a little walk around the workshop. The escort cos was ready to go in next to get painted. I think what we're going to do is paint all the backs of the panels. These have had all paint flaking off of them, so they've been pretty painstaking to get prepped up. All the outsides in primer ready to paint, but the backs needed a freshen up as well. So we've spent all day today just on 3 panels trying to get all the flaky paint off and stuff. So they're pretty good now. Tailgate as well. Duncan rubbing away. Yeah, so they've been a right pain. The doors as well, they're all ready to go. We're going to give these one coat of wet on wet primer, get them into colour and get some clear coat on them this afternoon. So that's where we're at with the Escort. The Mark 1 Escort, we've got it, I've made a jig up for it to sit on so we can start taking it apart. There it is. We've got a couple more braces to put in, but I'm waiting for some more steel to turn up. So we've just took the front wings off to have a look and see what's going on in there. But like I say, that's sitting on its jig. What's quite nice about it, obviously you can see we've been quite heavyweight with the steel, but it's on some trolleys as well, so we can still move it about in the workshop. So yeah, that's next to get on with. Just going to take you out here and show you the little Escort that turned up. So we painted this car about 3 years ago. Still looking lovely. A few little bits to do to it. but the customer, he was at a car show, he drove away and he forgot to put his bonnet pins in. So as you can see, he's made a right old mess of the bonnet. The scuttles, well, it's caught this grille, it's bent all the hinges. You can see the hinges are all bent, and it's also took the paint off of all the inner wings in there. So we've got another bonnet. I'll show you the bonnet. We've got this one here. It's quite rusty on the back. So we're going to get this sandblasted, and I think, I'm waiting for the customer to let me know, but we're going to put some louvers in this, some in the front to get some air in and some in the back to get some air out. Obviously, being a turbocharged YB, it creates a lot of temperature under there. So yeah, that's next on the agenda. There's all the Escort Cosworth bumpers, whale tail, side skirts, all in primer. So they're all the next bits to be painted. We're hopefully looking at having the Escort all painted next week, so then it would just be the process of putting it back together. Right, so that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. But thanks for watching. See you soon.